Good morning everyone. Few students are new. Raise your hands. Those are attending first time. Okay, well. See, I hope you have understanding of the exam of the UPSC. There are the stages in it. So that orientation part actually that should be done in the beginning. But you should know there are the 3 stages in it. One the prelims, second is the mains, and third is your interview. See, exam pattern is evolving in such a way, like if you see this year question paper, last year question paper, there is no difference in the prelims and the mains now, right? So if you are preparing for the CSE, means civil service mains examination, your prelims part will be done, because they are figuring out serious candidates, and they are deliberately, like this year question paper if you see, they are deliberately putting candidates under the pressure, right, so that real things from you come out, because if you are in a pressure, then only you can inculcate what is the real things inside you, because fabricated things in a safe environment, cool environment, fabricated things can be presented, but if someone put you under a very high pressure or a stress, what is actually inside you, that comes out. So 2-3 things which we have noticed, which undergoes change in this prelims and the last one. There is no difference in the prelims and the mains now. Combined preparation is required for the prelims and the mains. Gone are the days when you separately prepare for the prelims and separately for the mains. Prelims is altogether now the conceptual paper. So it is concept oriented exam in fact. All factual things are now gone. But it does not mean that you should not go for the factual things as well. Factual things are required, right? They are required, but the conceptual understanding is more important. Deliberately they frame a big question, so put you under a pressure. 2 hours seems to be less time to read the entire paper. Then you have to think, then you have to put the answer as well. So it seems to be very lengthy paper. So they are not giving you any time in the examination itself to think, to recall. So a rigorous practice is actually required, isn't it? And so far the nature of the question is concerned, like these days on the social media and on other platform, it is just like a common rumor that paper is very tough. Actually paper is not tough. They have changed the pattern of asking of the questions. Those who has a conceptual understanding of the topics, they are still in a comfortable position. So your target should be to hit the concept, and concept here does mean the deepest thing, research part that you can figure out from there, right? So simply just looking at the video lectures or some recorded sessions which are very available, very much available on the YouTubes and the platforms, will not do any help to you at all. You have to study, and you have to go one more step ahead after the finish of your syllabus. It is now a research oriented work. 30% of your paper will be the research oriented in fact. But if you are comfortable in 70% parts, you can solve your, you can clear your prelims exam. But to be a more safer side, now it is a research oriented part. So whatever news come, you should try to undergo the deepest part into it, right? In fact, conceptually you should be very strong. Alright. So take your class just like a combined class for your prelims and the mains. There is no segregation of the pre and the mains now. So quickly now coming to our subject, geography, we have to start the geography now. So this is your subject. Okay, so far your exam, UPSC exam is concerned, it is relevant in your prelims as well in the mains. So first of all, let's come to your UPSC mains part. In the GS there are 4 papers, you know. So there is a paper 1, similarly we have paper 2, 3, 4. So tell me where the geography comes. It is mentioned in which paper? Paper 1. Exclusively mentioned in the paper 1. But some portion of it is in the paper 3 as well. Like in the paper 3 there is a ecology. This portion is there. Disaster management, that is there, right? Along with it, the agriculture part, that is actually agriculture, soil, that is a part which is overlapped with the economics, is in the paper 3 as well, right? So geography comes in your paper 1 as well as in the paper 3 both. Majority of portion is in the paper 1, right? So most of the questions, like we can expect the 70 to 80% part of geography is in the paper 1, but remaining your 20-30% part comes from the paper 3 as well. And as in the paper 3, it has a overlapping with ecology, environment, disaster management, science and technology, and economics as well, isn't it? So as you will study, you will analyze and realize that geography is such a subject which is a synthesis of all subject, right? So a good understanding of geography put you in a comfortable position to understand the other subjects as well. That's why the questions which are of a geography actually a overlapped question of economics, of your other parts like science and technology as well, right? So many students say that geography is just like an art subject. Partially it is art, not completely. In fact, now these days it is much more science oriented subject. Understood? So for the marks is concerned, so paper 1 is 250 marks, there are 3 parts in it: history, Indian society, that also has some overlapping with the geography, like emerging situations of the Indian society, like urbanization, problems of urbanization, they are covered in geography as well, right? Demographic change, what is society? Society includes all these facets. So the new census will be conducted, demography, right? Our demography will change, in fact. So it is also a part of the geography. So in paper 1 it is 250 marks. So history is there, geography is there, and third part, small part, Indian society is there. So Indian society is overlapped portion of history and geography. So by and large we can give 50% portion to the geography in the paper 1. So out of 250 we can expect 100 to 125 marks comes from the geography in the paper 1. But obviously questions are overlapped from Indian society. And similarly we can expect 20-30 marks questions come from the paper 3 as well. So on a safe side, if we consider 100 marks in the paper 1 and 25 marks or 20 marks in the paper 2, so it is nearby 120 marks comes from the geography exclusively. Exclusively I am saying, which is pure geography. But overlapped portion is much more, like those who are those questions which are from ecology, environment, disaster management, they have a geography orientation. Some questions of economics has a geography orientation. In fact, international relation, your IR is completed. So without understanding geography, it is difficult to understand the IR, because you should have a knowledge of situations of the countries, right? The political locations of the countries, physical locations of the oceans, countries, continents, so that you know why the Russia and Ukraine, they are struggling in the Central Asian part. Why Russia wants to capture Ukraine, right? Because with that Russia will have a throughout control over the Black Sea and have a access to the Mediterranean Sea, and then the ground is open for the Russia. Why USA is so much interested in the Middle East, isn't it? So unless and until we don't have a understanding of the geographical locations of the world, it is difficult to understand IR as well. Although it has a political science background, but geography is involved in it. In fact, it is called as geopolitics. Geo means geography plus politics. Why China is surrounding India from all sides? Why Malacca Strait is very relevant for China? String of pearl policy of China, and in counter to that, what policy India has. So they all has to do everything with the geographical location of a country, isn't it? So geography is everywhere. In fact, it is very important. And so far your prelims is concerned, we can expect 10, 12 questions, 15 questions out of 100 comes exclusively from geography. So in the beginning of the lecture, I always say this thing: if you don't understand geography, if you don't have a knowledge of geography, you cannot clear UPSC exam. But it is not a guarantee that you have a good understanding of a geography, you will clear UPSC, because there are other requirements as well. But it is sure and short, if you don't have a grip over the geography, you cannot clear UPSC exam, right? Because it is the very nature of the subject. Alright. So take this subject seriously because it will help you in other subjects as well. Okay. Now this is just like an introduction part, what is in our syllabus. So we are studying this geography for our UPSC exam. So our orientation will be to look at the nature of the questions which are asked in your exams and to study the things like that. We are not studying here for the ME, MSc geography or doing the PhD in geography, although we will start from the basics from 10th onward and go into deep up to the PhD level, research level. But our orientation should be very clear. We are preparing geography for exam purpose, isn't it? So again and again it is requirement to see the past year question paper of geography of your UPSC from this subject. Understood? Okay. Now, I know all of you have studied this geography up to a 10th standard. Some of you might have studied in higher studies as well in college or in +1 or +2, but up to 10th standard everyone has studied the geography. This is the basic requirement of the classroom. So means up to 10th you should revise your school days books, NCRTs, revise them, especially your 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and now you are not a child. You should not take much time to revise those books. So quickly revise them in 1-2 months, right? If you don't have to do that, but I hope many of you have studied NCRT already, but someone who has not studied it, please go through your school days NCRT book, because basic requirement is the 10th standard, isn't it? So up to 10th your all geography books or topics which are mentioned in 7th, 8th, 9th standard should be clear. Alright. Okay. Now let's come to this subject formally. We are starting it now formally. So first you should tell me what you have studied in geography in your school days. What do you mean by geography? Try yourself. Anything? See, one thing let me tell you, there are two words here. One is geo, second word is graphy. So geo means earth. This geo indicate earth. And what is the meaning of graphy? Understanding or study, right? So representation, study, all those things. So let's say study. So by the literal meaning, geography means study of earth. So simple. But what to study on earth? On earth we are also living. Should we start studying our body, like our organs, because we are part of earth? Should we start studying trees and other things, non-living things over earth like rock, soil? What should we do studied in geography? Okay, one more thing. In your school days, does you study only earth in the geography or not something else beyond geography, beyond your earth? Like solar system, sun, moon. Because if you don't understand moon, nature of the moon, we cannot understand some earthly phenomena. Earthly means which happens on earth, like tides, sea waves. We cannot understand that. Unless and until we don't understand sun, we cannot understand the temperature dynamics over earth. Like outside there is some temperature, but this temperature will not remain uniform. In month of January it will change, right? 2 months before it was different temperature, now it is different temperature. So unless we don't understand sun, how we can understand earth? So although the literature meaning of the word geography is saying it is study of earth, but reality is much more than that. It is beyond earth, in fact, right? So see how geography is defined. So we are starting from the introduction part of geography. So first topic is the introduction of the geography. See, there are definitions proposed for geography. As we study the things which are beyond earth, so geography is defined simply as study of nature is called as geography, right? Because in nature now everything comes. We comes, trees come, soil come, rocks come, earth come, and even outside earth, objects outside earth as well, they comes, right? Earlier this geography was part of history. It was not a separate subject. We will come to that. But first see here, it is a study of nature. What is nature? We cannot define it. Anything which is in our knowledge is nature, and things which are beyond our knowledge is also nature. Like some billion light year away, what is happening we don't know about that, but still that is a part of nature. But science identify two things in the nature, or our common understanding also identify two things in the nature. One thing is called as, or is simply the physical things of nature. See, nature, there are two things identified in nature. One is physical things. Second things which are identified in the nature are non-physical things. Non-physical things. These two things are identified. Okay. So geography is study of nature. So there are two things in the nature, physical, non-physical. What are physical things? Non-living, this glass is physical or not? It is physical. Which you can see, which you can touch, which you can feel. These are called as physical things. So physical things means which can be seen, means which has physical existence. How something which has a physical existence can be proved? If you see that, like pen, you can see that. So its physical existence is proved by your one sense of organ. Eye is proving it that it has existence in the world, right? Or if you cannot see that, like air, can you see air? But you can feel. So which can be seen, feel, touch, sensed. These are called as physical things. So it is not necessary that you can simply touch that, feel that. Even you can sense that, like air. Objects which are in your surrounding, which you can see, all comes inside it. Living, non-living doesn't matter. Tree you can see, physical. Blackboard you can see, non-living but physical. Pen, non-living but physical. My body, living and physical, you can see it. You can feel, like air you cannot see but you can feel it, right? Which you can touch, like blackboard, this table, this pen you can touch. Touchable things are physical things. Similarly, which you can sense, like sound. What about it? Can you see sound? But you can sense a sound. Your sense organs like ear can sense it. Light, you can sense it, right? So light is also the physical things. And which are beyond it, which you cannot sense, feel, touch, these are called as non-physical things, also called as metaphysical. Metaphysical things means whose physical existence cannot be proved by some scientific evidence, isn't it? So physical existence can't be proved. You can propose logic for them, they exist. Logically you can prove them, logically you can propose your arguments for them, but scientifically you cannot prove their existence. Understand? So give me some example of non-physical things or metaphysical things. Like? No, it has physical existence. Black hole, he is saying black hole, that has a physical existence. Anything which is non-physical, metaphysical, like your ideas, thought. God, what about God? So like God is an example, ghost is an example. Can you prove God? Can you prove it physically? No, you cannot prove the existence of the God by scientific evidences or by scientific logical rational thinking. Although by arguments you can drag anyone to at any level. There is a God, it is my belief. So belief is a non-physical thing. What is good? What is bad? Non-physical thing. You cannot prove that. Right? What is good? It could be good for you, it could be bad for someone. So good, bad, ghost, God, like ideas, thought, love, hate, affection. What are these? Love, can you prove love physically? No. It is in your mind. So these non-physical things are actually created by the mentality of man. So these are outcrop of the human mindset. God, so you think some God looks like that, so that is in your mind. Science does not recognize that. Right? Love, so you have make some presumptions for that. These are the sign symptoms of the love. Right? But science does not recognize that, although they are in the nature. Right? So as we are saying, geography is study of nature, so both physical and non-physical things study come into the geography itself. Right? Put pressure on your mind. In your school days, in your 9th, 10th standard, you have studied physics as well. How physics is defined? By the same way. Physics is defined by the same way. Physics is also defined as the study of nature and natural phenomena. So geography is not separate from the physics. In fact, it is a one part of the physics. What we do in the physics, we do it in the geography as well. But there is a difference of perspective. So in the physics, we scientifically prove the physical things like gravity, physical thing. We prove it by some formulas, by some scientific logic. But in geography, we use that. We use that logic. We does not prove that. We assume gravity is there. Now, what is the effect of gravity? So due to sun has a mass, so it has a gravity. Due to that, sun is pulling earth, earth is revolving around sun. Due to that, these are the effects. But physics prove there is a gravity. Physics derive the definition or the equation of gravity. Similarly, other things you can think like nuclear physics or atomic physics. Their physics study what is atom, what is nucleus of atom, what happens if the nucleus of atom get excited, what energy comes out from it, fission, fusion. Geography also study that thing, but from different perspective. We directly come to the outcome of that. If there is a nuclear fusion, so that is happening in the sun. So sun is releasing energy. Now what happens due to that energy? What is the result of that energy? Isn't it? So due to sun energy, earthly phenomena like river moves, wind moves, temperature difference, cloud forms. Geography studies these things. Geography does not prove there is a nucleus, inside nucleus there are some things, protons, neutrons, and due to their mismanagement there could be the nuclear fusion, fission reactions. This is part of physics. Geography also do the same thing, but from different perspective. We utilize the knowledge of physics. Take some other example, like in physics, thermodynamics is a part of physics. Their physics prove laws of thermodynamics. We uses them here. Due to these laws, what happens if there is extra heat supplied to the surface of earth? That heat goes to air. What happens with the air after that? If extra heat is applied to ocean, what happens? Why ocean currents are formed, waves are formed? These are directly the manifestations of the thermodynamics. Physics study the laws, but we use those laws. Similarly, fluid dynamics is a part of physics, where fluid, like Pascal principle, Bernoulli principle, Archimedes principle, you must have studied in the school days. So that is a physics which explain what is Bernoulli principle. That is a physics which derive what is Pascal principle. Geography use that. Due to Bernoulli principle, the air moves and wind circulated. If there is no Bernoulli law, we cannot explain the existence of the winds. So geography study winds, different types of the winds, hot wind, warm wind, cold wind, moist wind, what is their impact. So geography and physics, they are like the twin subject. They move side by side. So something undergoes change in physics, that has an impact on the geographical understanding as well. That's why geography is a scientific subject, because its definition is also same as that of the physics. Understood? But reality is geography has come out from history. Earlier in the, how old is the geography, no one knows. But the modern geography that is studied as a subject emerged in our Europe, especially in Germany. So earlier there was a one single department of history. Under it the geography terms, things are studied, right? But geography slowly take its shape and became separate from history. In fact, this is the one of the, we will come back to the physical, non-physical things. So this is the one of the definition of geography, study of nature. But with time as the subject evolved, another definition for the geography is proposed. What is that? This is how geography is defined: study of chorology is the geography. So two definitions we have seen. One, study of nature, in nature physical, non-physical things. Second definition is the study of chorology. See, this chorology is a Greek word. So we believe geography as a modern subject starts from the Greek, ancient Greek, right? So from there this word come into the Latin language, from Greek to the Latin language. What does it mean? Chorology means space or region. So simply speaking, geography is also defined as a study of space or region. Space means space, wherever it is. Like say this is the earth. This is the one space, one region. Like India is a one region, you can study India. North America is a one region, one space, you can study that. It is nowhere saying that region or space is on the earth. It can be outside earth. Study earth, sun, that space of the solar system. It is also geography. Study Mars, Jupiter. That is also space of solar system or universe. Study that. That is also geography. Right? From where this word chorology has come out, it has its origin from chronology. There is a similar word to it, chronology. This is a genesis of chorology. Genesis means parent word for chorology. What is the meaning of chronology? Series, sequence, means time sequence. Chronology simply does mean like time sequence. This is chronology. So it was earlier chronology, but slowly it became chorology, space. So time sequence means like 1947 India became independent, 1952, 1956, 1971, like what events has happened into it. So history is defined as study of chronology. From chronology, chorology comes out, and as chorology comes out, it has become geography. So geography is study of chorology. There is a simple difference of perspective. In chronology, we study when the particular event has happened. Like Yamuna, when it has formed. Himalayas, when it has formed. But chorology has a perspective of why particular things has happened. How that particular thing has happened. When happens, history. Why and how happened, geography. Like Himalayas, when formed, history. But how formed, why formed is geography. Isn't it? So two definitions of geography put geography in the middle part. So one definition, nature, study of nature, put it very close to physics, and other one, study of chorology, put it close to the history. So by analyzing these two definitions, what we can say, this is circle of geography, or this is area of the study of geography. Towards one side there is history, and towards other side there is physics. Right? Geography is sandwiched between history and physics. So geography comes out from both subjects. So these two subjects, history and physics, are called as the genesis of the geography. Right? So what is it? These are genesis of geography. Genesis means generation of geography, means how geography has generated, created. So history and physics both has equal contribution in the starting of geography. Right? So from there chronology, from there nature. So it is studied as a art subject. Yes or no? If you go to the university like Delhi University, what do they offer? MA in history or MSc in history? MA in history. What about physics? MSc in physics. But what about geography? This is the art subject, means humanitic subject. This is the science subject. What about geography? It is between two. So geography is simply semi-scientific subject. Semi-scientific subject, because it lies between arts and science both, right? So this is your work for today. Search websites of some of the universities after class, like Delhi University, colleges, different. What they offer for postgraduate degree? MSc or MA. JNU, search the website of JNU. JNU offer MA in geography, but some colleges of Delhi University offer MSc in geography. Like IGNOU is very common. You see, you can search where is the geography. They offer MSc in geography, because geography is semi-scientific. So some universities offer it as an art subject, some offer it as a science subject. But reality is it is a semi-scientific subject, lies between arts and the science. Now here comes the problem, as well as beauty of subject. So it is half science, half arts. So art students, they struggle when the scientific concepts come, and science students, they become puzzled when arts perspective come into the subject. So really it is a difficult subject for both science and art students. So doing mastery over the geography is not an easy task. For that you should be very well versed in the thinking of humanities as well as in the thinking or in the the scientific explanations. Otherwise you cannot be a good geographer. But our purpose is to clear the exam. We are not here to become a master in the geography, right? We have to clear the exam. So thing is, if you turn the coin, if it is difficult for both science and art student, it is easy for both if you develop that perspective, right? Art students, if they remove the phobia of the science, it became very easy for them. Similarly, science background student, engineers, doctors, simple paramedical students, or physics, chemistry, biology students, if they develop the humanities perspective in their thinking, then it became easy for them, right? So it is now your choice. You want to make it difficult subject, tough subject, or want to make it easy subject. If you develop perspective, it is a very easy subject in fact, isn't it? But I have put the truth in front of you. It is a tough subject as well as it is easy subject. That is your choice how you are dealing with it. So if art students, they think that extra sciences come into subject, so they thought that we start simply mugging up. We simply start memorizing the things. I am telling you in the beginning, they will make the biggest mistake. It will be blunder in the beginning, because they will not clear UPSC by this approach. If science part comes, you are mature enough to understand science. So understand what is this. Read your science book, right? If others can study the science, understand the science, why not you, right? It doesn't matter that you are coming from which background. You may be a history graduate, a political science graduate, but if you are appearing for science, don't be afraid of appearing for UPSC, don't be afraid of science. Understand scientific concepts. Then only your geography will be understood. Otherwise, now those days are gone, where you simply mug up the names of the wind, names of the current, and thought that your prelims will be cleared. No. Blatant no. They will not ask simply the names. They will ask the concept behind them, right? So let your mind be open. You should study the other subjects along with the geography, like science subject. So again, it is suggestion for you. Those who are from science background, not from science background, all in fact, goes to your school days science book, especially 8th, 9th, 10th, and read them again, because science is very much required for understanding geography. And it is not tough job. You have already studied in school days. It is just a matter of re-studying it, right? And those who are from science, they should develop the humanities perspective. Like why these things happen in humanity, why society behaves like that. So understand that. Don't put the scientific logic there. Why Bengalis are so much fond of the rice, fish. Try to understand the climate behind that and digest it. Should not put the scientific logic behind it. Some things, yeah, like humanities. Why one person choose history, other choose political science as optional. It is altogether a human thinking. You cannot prove it by the science. So science fails where humanitics comes. Human presumptions, you cannot prove it just like A plus B is equal to the such and such, right? Human presumptions are beyond the scientific understanding. So where human presumptions come, understand like it the humanitics, isn't it? So this is the starting of the subject. Geography starts like this way. Okay. So who is really the founder of the geography, we cannot say concurrently, because since the beginning of human civilization we are very much fond of stars, moons, climate. Even ancient Indian historians also has mentioned about the climate in their texts, right? But the modern geography is declared, or it is declared that modern geography has its origin from Greek, because you know it is colonial ideology. Whatever they imposed on us, we take it like that. Although it does not mean that ancient Indians, ancient Japanese, ancient Chinese don't think about geographical phenomena. But after colonization, it is proposed that geography has started from Greeks. So ancient Greeks, mathematicians, poets, right? Other like you know, you can say statisticians, they are given credit to start the geography. So one among them is Herodotus, right? Some ancient Greek geographer. I am just giving you the name, just listen them. Herodotus. He is father of history, but you know geography started from the history itself. So Herodotus is in fact called as ancient father of geography, because he has important contribution in geography as well. Aristotle, you studied it somewhere else like in the political science. Aristotle has an important contribution in geography. Plato has important contribution in the geography. Kant, theories, ideas of the Kant are still relevant in the geography. So these ancient Roman, Greek geographers has important roles to play. Similarly, Eratosthenes is regarded as a father of the modern geography. But these factual things are not relevant. I am just giving you the beginning of the subject, opening the subject, how geography has started. Anyhow, from Greek it spread to the entire Europe, then America, and now it is a well recognized subject across the world, isn't it? So this is how our geography has started. Now what are there in the geography? What are the parts in the geography? So now let's come to the another part here, the branches of geography. Branches of geography, right? So we simply say geography is a study of nature. In the nature there are two things. One is the physical things and second is the non-physical things. Non-physical things. So just I have told you, we will come back to that part, na? This physical, non-physical things. So this defines, or this take us to the branches of geography. So the physical things, that part of the geography which deals with the study of physical things, we called that branch as the physical geography. So this is called as physical geography, which deals with the study of physical things of nature, right? Which is physical existence. But non-physical things, they have origin in the mind of the man. What is love? What is God? Who has made it? Who has made the God? We has made the God. So they has origin in the mentality of the man, outcrop of the human mindset. So this branch of the geography which deals with the study of these things, we called it as human geography. So dear, there are two branches of geography, physical geography and human geography, right? Physical geography deals with the study of physical things of nature. Human geography deals with the human ideology, human mentality, human mindset. So whatever we think, all these are to be studied, part of the study in the human geography. So can you bound the human mentality? Can you put a cap that humans thinking is up to here only? No. So this is a unending branch of geography. As human evolves, their thinking evolves, this branch keep on evolving. but this branch is restricted to the physical understanding. If some new physical things comes, then there is a change in it, otherwise it is a static part. Okay. So physics deals with the study of physical things, science deals with the study of the physical things in fact. So it is actually the science part of geography, and this is actually the arts part of geography, because science neglects the presence of the non-physical things. No science subject study God. This is, it is irrelevant for us. Love, hate, affection, they don't study that. Right? Taboos, they don't, biology don't believe in the taboos. Billi rasta kaat gayi. Right? These are taboos. Science don't believe in that. Some other subjects can believe in that. Like if you are going and cat cross your way, so it may affect your psychological temperament. That may affect your output. Like you are going for UPSC interview, some wrong things that is in your belief happens, like आगे से वही बिल्ली रास्ता काट गया. So it may affect your productivity in the UPSC interview, because that thought will continue into your mind. Something wrong has happened to me in the morning. So that may affect your productivity. But science says we don't believe it. But it does not mean that if science is not believing it, so they don't exist. They exist because they has impact on your output, productivity. So art subject like psychology, sociology, right? Humanistics, they deals with that. So that is the art part of geography. So science like physics believe in the two physical things. One is matter, second is the energy. There are two physical things as per the physics or physical sciences: matter, second is energy. So whatever is the physical thing in the nature that you can sense, feel, touch, they are either in a category of matter or in a category of energy. This energy is still a debatable thing. We simply just say that energy is neither created nor be destroyed. But from where it comes, how it converts from one form to other, still it is a debatable issue. Science has yet not solved the mystery of it, isn't it? So we cannot say anything about the energy, although energy has the role. Like light energy, sound energy has a role. They affect the matter as well. If light come, hit the water, is not it will affect water? It affects water. But this matter, what is matter? First tell me. Which has mass and occupies space, like this pan. It has mass and it is occupying some space in the universe. Correct? What is mass? Mass is constant thing. What is it? It is occupying some space. Pan is occupying some space here in this room. But it has a mass as well. What is mass? Mass simply means the quantity of matter which is filled into it. Like this pan is made up of say plastic. How much or what is the quantity of the plastic filled in this pan? That is the matter of it or mass of it. Like this room has air. What is the quantity of air filled into it? That is its mass. So mass is constant, because if you take this pan to the moon, the same plastic quantity will be inside it if it remain pan. If it get broken, then different issue, because matter has broken itself, but the quantity remains the same. So mass is constant thing, right? Mass affects some parameters like gravity, like weight. So weight is changeable, but mass is constant, isn't it? So matter, as per our modern understanding, has states. What are the, how many states are of matter? Like in your surrounding, this glass is a matter, the pan is a matter, air is a matter, your body is a matter. So they exist in how many states? Although 5, technically 5, but in your surrounding, I am asking in your surrounding, 3 states: solid, liquid or gas. Solid matter like pan is solid, water is liquid, gas, this gas is a gaseous state normally. But although science recognizes 2 more states: plasma, Bose, Einstein, condensate. That does not exist in our natural surrounding, isn't it? Plasma like exists on the sun. We will study that as well. Bose, Einstein, condensate, you can create it in the laboratory, or they may be present in some nebulas, but naturally we have solid, liquid, gas. So that's why the physical geography has the 3 branches, which deals with study of solid part, liquid part and gaseous part of the earth. Understood? So see, this is our geography. One branch of geography is the physical geography, which further has these branches. One branch is called as geomorphology, which deals with the study of solid part of the earth, right? Similarly, so what is geomorphology? Deals with study of solid part of earth or of nature, in fact. Second is liquid part. That branch is called as oceanography, or simply hydrology, or hydrosphere. Hydro means water. So which deals with same thing, study of which part? Liquid part of earth. Like what is liquid part? Oceans. That's why the name is oceanography, also called as hydrosphere. Third is the gas, solid, liquid and gas. So that branch is called as climatology, which deals with the study of gaseous part of earth. Gaseous part is the atmosphere, and climatic phenomena occurs into that. That's why name is climatology. So physical geography has these three sub branches: geomorphology, oceanography, climatology, right? What about life? We humans, plant life, animal life, is not inside our body. Water is there. Is water is present in our body? Yes or no? Yes. Liquid is blood, plasma, that is liquid part. Some gases are also present in our body. So there are things which are combination of that, solid, liquid, gas. Especially life as a combination of all of them. So that branch is called as biogeography, which bio means life. Biogeography. Bio means life. Bio means biology, life science. So biogeography deals with study of life, right? Plant life, animal life, everything. So it deals with study of life of earth. So plant life, like forest of earth, forest of India, we study in geography here in this part. Different animals of India, right? Flora, fauna, we study in this branch. So this is about the branches of the physical geography, although these three are considered the main branch, but biogeography we cannot neglect because that is a combination of all these things, right? Now come to the human geography part. So human geography we say is that is outcome of the man, thought, perspective, mentality. So whatever men do, that is a part of the human geography. So come to the second part, human geography. So what men do? Tell me what we do, what we think, what are the activities of us? First, how we are different from animals? No, animals can also communicate here. No, their language is not understood to us, but dogs, they communicate among them, bats, they communicate, dolphins, they communicate, right? But their language is different. We cannot put question marks on the language. Again, a debatable thing. No. You cannot say such thing. Because there are organisms which are even more intelligent than us, more conscious than us. Can you feel the earthquake before it's coming? But there are some conscious animals like horse. They can predict earthquake. Cattle, they can predict earthquake. Right? So don't think it like in our perspective, like we sit in a classroom, we can study, so we are more conscious. No. Animals, they are also conscious in their own sense. True. We live in houses. Animals, they mostly are wanderers, or they don't have the fixed place. Like nesting is a phenomena in the birds, but their nest is not permanent. They can shift their nest. So this settlement is a one of the part which defines the human character. We do economic activities. Animals, they may not do that. They are simply feeders. But we do economic activity, after that we earn our earnings and then feed us. So this economic activity is a character of man, isn't it? Similarly, we pollute environment, we can change environment, although animals also do that, but that is also character of humans as well. So all these things are the parts of the human geography. What men do, what is the character of the human. So human geography, see the parts of the branches of it. One part of the one branch, like settlement, humans do settlement. So that branch is called as settlement geography, which deals with the settlement pattern of humans. This is a character of man, which is different from animals, right? So settlement geography, there is a urban settlement, rural settlement. So there are further two parts of it, urban geography, rural geography, but that is sufficient enough for our level. Settlement geography, some are settlers, some are nomads, so we study the nomads, those who don't settle permanently, those who keep on changing their habitat, isn't it? Similarly, men do economic activities, so that part is called as economic geography, which deals with the study of economic activities of man, isn't it? So economic activities, generally we divide them into three categories: primary, secondary and tertiary. Primary economic activities like agriculture, so we study agriculture of India, agriculture of world in the geography. Secondary like industries, so industries of India, industries of world, mining, minerals of India, minerals of world. Tertiary like trade, transport, we study it in geography as well. So that is in the economic geography. Similarly, man has divided this world into the political regions, South Asia, Southeast Asia, political boundaries. So that part is called as political geography. And from here itself the geopolitics has come out, right? Similarly, man has divided the world into the regions, so that is called as regional geography, like Central Asia, Middle East region, like these things. Similarly, these days man is changing the climate or environment specifically, that is called as environmental geography. See, in the syllabus part of UPSC optional, the environmental geography is put in the physical geography side, but it is a typically human geography branch. In the syllabus they can mention anything, anywhere. But environmental geography, which deals with this changing environment like global warming, acid rain and all those things, impact of man. So see, man is capable to change the environment, isn't it? Similarly, humans as a population. So we are conducting census, 2027 census. So that branch of geography is called as demography, also called as population geography, see, which deals with the population pattern of the humans. Why South Asia has more population than Central Asia, East Asia, North Asia? Why? Right? Why the plain areas of India has more population than the northeastern states? So geography deals with that. Geography defines it, isn't it? So see, there are some other things like cultural geography, which deals with the cultural study, cultural landscape. These days man is going into space, altering the space. Satellites, we are launching satellites, so that branch is called as space geography. Or astronomy, part of the astronomy, isn't it? So you see, as the man is evolving, this human geography is evolving. So there is no ending of this human geography. It varies from place to place, region to region, time to time. And see, there are so many things, new emerging things also comes into it. So it is a very favorable part of UPSC for mains examination. They raise more questions from human geography in mains examination, because the same questions may have a different answers. Like pick up anything like demography. So if there is a question framed, in 2027 the census data will come out. Definitely India will, already India is projected as the most populous country of the world. So if this is a question, India is a country or India is a land of a highest population in the world, how you analyze it? Is it an asset or is it a burden for India? Comment. Is not n number of student as n number of answer. That's why it is a very favorable part for the mains purpose. So maximum topics or maximum questions of your mains come from human geography. But this physical geography is largely the scientific fixed part, because whatever is the solid part of earth, continent, island, they remain same. Gas remains same, oceans remain same, largely same, although understanding may change. So it is a very favorable part for the prelims. But again, this is not a rule. Now students think that human geography, set it aside, we will study it in mains. For prelims, just they go through the physical geography. This is not a rule. If census data will come out, lot of questions will be asked from the census facts as well in the prelims itself, right? it is not a rule. So, good candidate is the one who covers all topics with same zeal, with same energy. So, you should be prepared for each and every topic. We cannot figure out now it is important for prelims, it is important for mains, right? Because if a single topic you have left and suppose that comes into the exam, your whole preparation is ruined. So, do not be like that, pick up and choosy. Whatever is there, you should read it, isn't it? So, see, these are branches of, so it is a so big subject. Each branch required the mastery in itself. A good climatologist may not be the good oceanographer, right? Similarly, for geomorphology, there is a separate textbook for climatology, separate for the oceanography. For human geography, economic geography, economist can better write that economic geography book rather than the climatologist. Biogeography, a biologist should be a good writer of the biogeography book rather than simply the soil scientist, isn't it? So many branches, so many domains in it, it further add up the complexity in the geography, right? So, you will not find a single book of the geography, single good book of geography. I am talking about textbook, I am not talking about guides. So, you will not find a single textbook of geography. Although there are textbook of climatology, purchase it, textbook of oceanography, purchase it, textbook of economic geography, you can purchase it. So, tens of the book you will study for the geography, then what time is left for the other subjects? It is not suggestible. What is relevant? Again, the guide books are relevant. Guide books which is a combination of the text of the many textbooks. So, guide books are relevant, which is put the all things at a one place as per the requirement of your exam. So, you can go through any of the guide books, but best thing is again the notes of or the study materials of the coaching institutes, because these are researched one. Or ye bhi karte kya hai? Study materials, what they do, they pick up the different things from the different books and give it at one single place. So, now it is your liberty, you can go through any one of the notes, but primary requisite is you should be well versed in the NCERT, study the NCERT, go through any of that one of the guide book and follow one notes of any one, any source, any coaching institute, but just follow one. Now, again the students do the mistake here, they purchase tens of the notes, so it is not suggestible. Read the one notes 10 times rather than reading the 10 notes one time. No notes is complete, no book is complete, no guide book is complete. They have some lacuna. So, it is best thing you should just go through one and whatever extra thing you find out, edit yourself into that one, isn't it? So, just follow the one and believe in yourself. After 2, 3, 4, 6 months, 1 year, when the result is not coming out, the student get bored from the study, they thought that I have chosen the wrong notes, wrong book, wrong study material. No. There are no marks fetching study materials. There are marks fetching candidates. If you are a good student, good candidate, you can fetch good marks just by reading the normal notes, right? Otherwise, your entire preparation will be gone just by collecting the notes. So, rely on the one single source. Whatever new things you will find out, add it into there and then. Understand? But most important is you should rely on yourself, whether you are fitted for this exam or not. Take your call accordingly, isn't it? And one more thing I want to say in the beginning, before starting the geography formally, where my job will end, your job will start, right? Because it is not just like whatever we have studied in the class that is fair and fine. It is a research work now. Because if a new news comes out, you should read just about that. But 99.9 perspective is given in the classroom, but still there is a scope of 1%, 0.1%. That can make a difference, isn't it? So, you should keep on studying each and everything, especially current affairs. Alright. So far these all branches are concerned. You will study later on, like geomorphology is very close to physics. Many physics principles are used in it. It is very close to the gas, without gas laws, ideal gas laws equation, PV is equal to nRT, you must have studied in school days. How you can explain the gases, the physical phenomena of gases, without Pascal principle, without Bernoulli principle, Archimedes principle? How you can float something into the water without understanding Archimedes principle? So, it is very close to the physics, chemistry again, it is altogether biology. How desert plants are different from the forest plant? Unless and until you don't know the cell biology, basics of cell biology, you cannot explain scientifically. Otherwise, just like remembering cactus grows in the desert and banyan tree grows in the rainforest. But why? Right? So there is a need of the other subjects like economic geography. Take geography very close to economics. This take geography very close to the political science, geopolitics. Environmental geography, ecology is a separate subject. Geography is very close to environment or ecology. Similarly, you see this demography, lot of mathematics is involved into it. Sex ratio calculation, birth ratio calculation, maternal mortality rate calculation. So unless and until you don't know divide, multiplication, ratio calculation, you cannot solve it. Right? So settlement geography, take geography very close to sociology. Why certain tribes don't settle at all? They keep on wandering from one place to other place. It is the society of them that defines it. Why you come into cities and settle into cities? It is your society which has compel you to come into cities, leave the village. Isn't it? So very close to sociology. So geography is actually the overlapping of so much subject. So if one common diagram is always made into the geography, where this circle represents the domain of geography, different topics of geography, and this side circle represents the other subjects. Like this is the physics. In fact, this is the parent subject of geography. This is history, again the parent subject of geography. Chemistry, from where many logics of the geography is taken out. Biology, entire biogeography is dependent upon it. Similarly, maths, mathematics, statistics, from there the formulas of our demography is taken. Similarly, sociology, similarly our ecology, economics, political science. See, so geography is in the center, these subjects are revolving around it. So there is a overlapping, somewhat overlapping of different domains. That's why it is a very complex and a very dynamic subject. So good geographer will be well versed in nearly all, may not be master of all, but jack of all, isn't it? So geography is also defined by one more definition. So there are two definitions we have already studied: study of nature, study of chorology. Third one comes here. Geography is a subject, or geography is a synthesis of all subject. It synthesizes the knowledge of all subject. This is another definition proposed. Geography is synthesis of all subjects, because it synthesizes the whole subject at one place, right? Now, some academicians argue this thing. When other subjects you have to study so many subjects in geography, then why there is a need of a separate geography? If you are studying economics, is not you will study there also the primary, secondary, tertiary activities? There is agriculture topics in economics, industry topic is in economics. So why there is a need to study it in geography? If you are studying so many things in physics, why to study in geography? Why to burden the students extra? So they have a relevant logic, but geographers has their own logic. They says if we not put all subject at a one place, we will not give a complete knowledge to a one candidate. So it is required that all subjects should be put at a one place. That's why geography is very important for your exam especially. What is this exam? UPSC main post is the Indian Administrative Service here. It is a journalist exam. You know, there are two types of services, journalist and specialist. Specialist means a special area is given to that personnel, like police service. In a police service, specialist service. So IPS will handle the police only, law and order only throughout his life. It will never happen that one IPS is posted as a secretary of railway. No, he cannot handle the railways. He is expert in the law and order. That is a specialist service. Indian Engineering Service, specialist service. But IAS is a journalist service. Journalist means who are not special. They are journal. They can be put anywhere into any domain. So today that person is a deputy collector. Tomorrow that person will be secretary of telecom department. secretary of, you are joint secretary, under secretary of the railways, finance department, finance secretary is IAS. He may not have a knowledge of finance at all, but he is a journalist. He must have a basic understanding of, finance. Tomorrow you will be the deputy collector. So it does not mean that I am a collector. So why should I know the working of the transformer? That is a work of engineer. So any engineer will come and cheat you. One transformer has damage, sir, give us 10 crore rupees. We have to purchase new transformer. They fix the old one, take 10 crore rupees from you. Finally, it is your mistake. You are a collector, you should know that the transformer is only damaged. It should be maintained. There is no need to purchase a new one. But how you will know that? Unless and until you don't have a basic understanding of transformer, you are not supposed to handle the engineers. Right? Same is applicable for everything. So a good civil servant is one which has a understanding of all subjects, and geography is the one which is giving you such opportunity. It is putting you at a place where all subjects are synthesized. That's why a lot of questions are asked from geography. Sometimes it is a problem, like this year one question is asked about the river Saraswati. So even candidates, teachers, they are puzzled. It is a question of history or a geography. There are so many questions. Most of the questions has a geographical touch. It is very important subject. So that's why I again says this thing. If you don't know geography, you cannot clear UPSC. But it is not guarantee that you are well versed in geography, your exam will be cleared. Provided other subjects should also be sound. But it is a guarantee if you are not well versed in geography, you cannot become a good civil servant. Isn't it? So this is about the introduction part, branches part of geography. So in our formal lecture, we will study all these branches one by one with utmost depth and requirement of the exam. But before coming to that, first start with the basic geography because it makes the foundation. Right. So we are starting from the first part, basic geography. Whenever a new branch or a new part will be started, entire syllabus will be written in front of you. So in basic geography, what we will study, these are the parts that we have to study in geography. As we say, geography is a study of earth. Geography, geo means earth, study of earth. What is earth? Earth is a planet of solar system. So unless you don't understand solar system, how you can understand earth? So there is a need to understand this astronomy part. So very first part is astronomy or astrophysics, right? So here we will understand basics of planets because our earth is a planet. After understanding the planets, we will specifically come to earth. So here we will study about earth. Basics of earth, so like shape of earth, motions of earth, what earth do in this universe, right? Then we study about other things like latitudes, longitudes, time concept on our earth, right? So this is the basic geography part. You have studied it up to your school days, but now we will study it with more clarity and more depth. Then we will come to the physical geography, geomorphology. So we are starting from the first topic, astronomy. Okay. So first part is the astronomy. How we define it? Study of universe. Study of universe or cosmos is the astronomy, right? See, what are the relevant word here? Universe. It is Western philosophy, means USA based ideology. It is Russian ideology, but the word is same. What is universe? What is cosmos? We don't know. How far is the universe? Where is the beginning? Where is the end? So it is meaningless to define universe. But as per our understanding, we believe universe has some composition. So come to that, composition of universe. Composition of universe. So there are two school of thoughts which has proposed the composition of universe. One school of thought proposed that universe is made up of these things. Like they propose, there are two school of thought. One is the traditional view, traditional school of thought, and second is the modern or contemporary view about the composition of universe. Okay. Traditionalists, they were actually led by the none other than Isaac Newton. So they were the followers of Newton. They believe in the Newtonian physics, means classical physics, but they are inspired by the Albert Einstein, some other like Paul Dirac, some other like Satyendra Nath Bose of India, Heisenberg, right? So they propose the different views, Heisenberg uncertainty principle, right? Schrodinger equation, double slit experiment, all those things has put the complexity in the understanding of universe. So the traditionalists, what they believe universe is composed of these three parts. See, they says majority of the universe, 97% part of the universe is space, right? 3% is left. Out of that 3%, this 2.9%, let me make this bigger one here. The majority one, this is 97% part, is space as per them. This one, 2.9% part, बच गया कितना 0.1%. So 2.9% part as per them is matter, remaining 0.1% part is anti-matter. This is the traditionalist view. So here space, they consider it as a vacuum. So they believe majority of the universe, 97% part of it is the vacuum. There is nothing in it. Although some scientists tries to propose the thing into this vacuum, like one was ether. You might have studied in the school days. This is the only Nobel Prize which is given for a thing which is not proved at all, ether. You get the Nobel Prize for ether proposal, and now it is rejected. There is no such thing as ether. So these days there is a proposal in this, who give the Nobel Prize, Nobel Academy of Norway. There is a proposal that Nobel Prize should be snatched as well. If you can give, if something is proved wrong in the future, we should snatch the Nobel Prize as well. But it is not done yet. That is different issue. Now come to these one modern or contemporary viewers. They says universe is also made up of the three things. They propose 67%, roughly approximately, part of the universe is made up of dark energy. 30% part of the universe is made up of dark matter, and remaining 3% part is made up of celestial bodies. That is their view. Okay. So you see, 67 plus 30, it became approximately 90, right? 97. 67 plus 30, 97. So it is similar to their 97. So they reject there is something like space. They reject vacuum concept. They say there is no vacuum in the universe. Albert Einstein rejected the concept of vacuum first. He says there is no such thing as a vacuum. If you think there is a vacuum, actually there is some matter which is there, or something is there, something is filled into it. We are not able to analyze that or realize that. So there he proposed a very strange concept of space-time continuum, space fabric. That is a different issue, not our job to study. That is a science part. But they don't believe in the vacuum things. So this is vacuum. Vacuum means vacuum. Nothing is there. 2.9% part is matter, and 0.1% part is matter, antimatter. So what is matter? You know, which has a mass, which has mass, and which occupies some space. And what is this antimatter? What is it? Chalo, okay. Let's understand that in the very basics, because things are needed. What is matter? We say is anything which has mass plus occupies space is called as matter. Okay. So these are the states of matter. You know, one is solid, second is liquid, third is gas, fourth is plasma, fifth is Bose, Einstein, condensate. Right? What is solid, you know? Which has, tell me quickly, which has fixed shape and fixed volume. So why it, like this pan is solid? Why it is so? Because the things which are present into it, which we call atoms, everything is made up of atom. So atoms in the solid are close to each other. So in the solid, these are atoms, they are placed close to each other like this way. So what are these? Atoms are closed, so closed, very tightly packed. So due to that, it has fixed shape, fixed volume. Fixed volume, that is solid. Means at a normal temperature pressure. Obviously, if you increase the temperature, solid may melt up, right? So that is different thing. So this is solid. What is liquid? Where interatomic distance is slightly more. So atoms are away. Here atoms are spaced or they are away. So it has a fixed shape or not fixed shape? No fixed shape, because as they go here and there, they can change the shape, like water. If you put it into a glass, it acquires the shape of glass. But 1 liter water will remain 1 liter only. So which has fixed volume but not fixed shape, that is called as our liquid, you know. Gas, where atoms are further away. So atoms are widely spaced. So due to that, atom can go anywhere, so not fixed shape. Similarly, not fixed volume. So even volume can also change. Okay, so this is the basic thing, you know. Now let's do one thing. Further go ahead of it, which is required for our geography level. So this is the one material which is made up of solid, like pan. Take it as a pan. I supply the heat from one side or energy from one side. This is some other material which is liquid. Same thing, we supply heat from one side, and this is third, gas. We supply the heat from one side. Consider all are made up of a similar unit, same volume, same thing, similar unit. Like it is this dimension pan, so this is this dimension liquid, this dimension gas. What did you think? If you supply heat from here, the heat will emerge out from other side. Suppose it emerge out from other side. So it will emerge out towards the other end of the object quickly or fastly in solid, liquid or gas? In gas. In solid, liquid or gas? In solids. Right? So first the heat will emerge out towards the other end in the solid. Why? Why? Because these atoms are closely placed. So as you supply heat to this first atom, it will immediately transfer it to the next, because next is close to it. Like you are passing a coin. If 10 students are sitting side by side, so they can quickly pass. But if they are away, so one will go and then supply the or transfer the coin to other. So, due to the close putting of the atoms, they quickly pass the heat to the other and it will emerge out towards the other end. But in the liquid, as you supply it, so it will become first energetic. So, it should be so much energetic that it should go up to this much level. So, you have to supply lot of heat, it will go there, then it will do that. But in the gas, it is even more difficult. So, first it will come out at other end in the solid, then in the liquid, then in the gas. Understood? So, who are the good transferer of the heat? This thing is technically called as conductor. Solid, liquid or gas? Solids. Right? Provided other physical things should be present in them, they should be conductor. So, solids are the good one. Now, apply this logic on the land, water and air. So, sunlight is there, sunlight is hitting land, air and water, which will quickly warm up. Land, oceans or air? Land. So, if land temperature is 40 degree, can you expect 40 degree temperature of oceans, rivers, lakes? No. The temperature of oceans could be like 30 degree or 20 degree. What about air? Further less. Isn't it? It makes a difference, lot of climatological differences, right? So, maximum topics of the climatology are based upon it. So, keep it into your mind. Second thing, technically we called this property as a specific heat property, right? What word I have used? Specific heat property. What does it mean? Yes, the heat, amount of heat required to raise the temperature of any substance by 1 degree Celsius. That is called as specific heat. You should write it here. So, specific heat, what does it mean? Heat required to raise temperature of unit object. Unit thing can be like 1 liter of water, 1 kg of a solid. Unit object by unit degree or say 1 degree Celsius is called a specific heat, right? So, who take more heat to get warm up? Gases. So, specific heat of gas is more than liquid than solid. Understood? We can jump to one conclusion here. Solids, they warm up quickly, and as they warm up quickly, they can by the same logic lose the heat quickly. They say reverse it, we are supplying the heat, same way we can release the heat also. So, we will first release the heat, same logic applies now. Solids release the heat quickly, they transfer the heat quickly, so they warm up quickly, they release heat quickly. Release means cool, right? So, we can come to the conclusion, solids warms quickly and cools quickly as compared to the liquid and the gases, right? So, our continents warm quickly, cools quickly, but our oceans take time to warm up and time to cool up. Understood? This thing we will apply in our higher understanding. Like in a day, our continent temperature could be high, but ocean temperature will be less. But in a night, land temperature will be low, ocean temperature will be high. Many meteorological phenomena like land sea bridge, oceanicity, continentality, right? The diurnal range of temperature, annual range of temperature depends upon it. So, this is solid, liquid, gas. But next is plasma. What is it? What is plasma? You have not seen it practically because it don't exist practically, naturally, right? In our surrounding. In a controlled environment, you can make it over earth. Naturally, it is present in some hot objects like sun, right? So, write it here. What is plasma? When inert gas, so look at the word, when inert gas is placed at very high temperature, at very low pressure or at vacuum, in almost vacuum, So when inert gas is placed at very high temperature, at very low pressure or at almost vacuum, it will not remain as gas and not perfectly come out into the liquid state, right. So it comes out into different state, we called it plasma. We cannot analyze it, we have not seen it, so we can imagine it is something which is between liquid and the gas, right. So at vacuum means almost vacuum. So here the area of our interest is inert gas. What does it mean? What are inert gas? Also called as noble gas, ideal gas. You have seen the periodic table. So in the right hand side, means the 18th column of the periodic table, some elements are mentioned, they are inert gas. Inert gas means which don't react with other, right. So they have a stable atomic structure. So give me the name of some inert gases. Helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon, right. These are inert gases. So any one of them is put at a very high temperature, 5000, 10,000 degrees Celsius, almost in a vacuum, then it will come into a plasma state. All right, we will use it. Next is our Bose-Einstein condensate. Bose is after a name of an Indian scientist. Who is this person? Satyendranath Bose, SN Bose. And Albert Einstein, you know, Einstein is after Albert Einstein. So what this is, like, see, when any gas, so this is the difference. There it should be the inert gas, but it could be the any gas, is placed at very low temperature, at very low pressure. For the bracket I am writing vacuum. Low pressure means almost like a vacuum, very low temperature. It will come out into different state called as Bose-Einstein condensate, right, which again we cannot analyze. So they are not naturally present over Earth. In laboratory we can make them, like plasma TV were earlier used. There we use helium, neon, these gases to generate our primary colors, GBR, green, blue, red, right, and they were used earlier. But now these plasma TVs are replaced by our LEDs. So this is basic understanding of our matter. Okay, this plasma is relevant for our purpose. Come to the next one, antimatter, right, antimatter. So anti means opposite of matter. What is this antimatter? See, it was actually first time mentioned by the Albert Einstein in his theory of relativity, but he was not able to prove it. Then it was first predicted by a person, Paul Dirac, a UK physicist, British physicist. He predicted in 1932, 1928, and for that he got Nobel Prize in 1932, 4 years later. So 1932 Nobel Prize of Physics is for this person, Paul Dirac. First predicted it, right. Now what is it? See, one thing, they exist at elementary level or subatomic level. They exist at subatomic level, one thing. So one by one solve these things. Subatomic level, क्या मतलब होता है इसका? What does it mean? Subatomic, what does it mean? Which is smaller than atom. This basic thing you should know. Every matter is made up of smallest unit which has structure. We called it atom. Rutherford has proved that there is an atom, right. So everything like your body, pan, air, everything is made up of the smallest unit called as atom. But something which is smaller than atom is called as subatom or subatomic. So subatomic means which are smaller than atom. These are subatomic. Smaller than atom, they are subatomic particles. Actually it is a debate issue of the science or physics. Like if I tell you study the properties of ocean, how you can do that? I am asking about the pH value of ocean, the different chemicals, minerals present in the ocean. How you do that? What way you will apply? Simple, you go to the ocean, take up some sample, take it into a laboratory and then study that. Means we just pick up a one small portion of that and study the property. And if more small than the single drop of water, test a single drop of water, what is the pH value of it, salt present in it, mineral, chemical composition in it. So this is a one way to study the big things, go into small, right. So this branch of the physics is elementary physics, which says that if you want to study the matter, energy tries to go into smaller things. Like what is ocean? Just study a one single drop of ocean, that is water, H2O. So H2O, there should be something which is smaller than H2O, study that. Hydrogen, oxygen is a smaller than H2O, but it is called as a molecule, these are atom. If you want to study what is hydrogen, oxygen, go further beyond that. Atom, within the atom, what are there? So this tries to go into small, then explain the whole things, right. So things which are smaller than atoms are called as subatomic. So one thing, our antimatter exists at this level, means that does not exist at bigger level like my body, your body, this pen. Atoms we cannot see them by naked eyes, so they exist even at a smaller level, at a subatom. Like example, what is smaller than atom? Atom is made up of electron, proton, neutron. These are subatomic particles. Even we believe electron is the smallest one, there is no further smaller than thing smaller than electron, but the proton and neutron are further made up of quarks, right, and leptons, right. So the quarks and leptons are the smallest unit as per our understanding, but Satyendranath Bose says they are further made up of small thing, gold particle, which is a debatable issue, but quarks and leptons are there. So these are subatomic particles. So what are our antimatter? These subatomic particles has a one more matter which is opposite to them, is called as antimatter. Opposite means the behavior is opposite. Behavior means properties are opposite. Understood? So what is subatomic particle? Yeah, antimatter particle which has properties opposite of corresponding subatomic particles, that is called as antimatter, okay, which has properties opposite of corresponding subatomic particles. So read it, which has properties. So one thing is properties, and these properties are opposite of what? Corresponding subatomic particle. So just take a one subatomic particle. If some particle or some particle which is exactly opposite, which has a properties exactly opposite of that, is called as antimatter of that. Just take an electron as an example. So there is a electron. It is a subatomic particle. So electron should have some mass. Electron should have some properties. Subatomic particles has properties, like they have a charge on them. They may be neutral, but some has a charge on them. Electron, what it do? It revolve around the atom. It spin also. Subatomic particles, they spin, like Earth rotates on its axis. So electrons, they also rotate on their axis. These are properties. So by rotation, they give magnetic field. That is their property, right? So this is an electron which has certain mass. Pick up a particle which has the exact same mass as that of the electron, but properties are opposite of the electron, will be called antimatter of electron. Do you get it? So tell me, what is the mass of electron? Say this is electron. Electron, so it has certain mass, that is 9.1 into 10 raised to power minus 31 kg. It has some charge on it. What is that? Minus 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19, C means Coulomb. Electron has spin, suppose. This electron has up spin. See, this pan is rotating. This is called a spin. It can rotate clockwise, it can rotate anti-clockwise. Yes or no? It can rotate clockwise. It can rotate anti-clockwise. So if particle is rotating clockwise, in a language of physics we called it up spin, and we represent it by this up arrow, right? So this is our electron which has a clockwise rotation. There is a mass, there is a charge, there is spin of it. Now just to take a one particle which is exactly opposite of it. So exactly opposite means property is opposite, but mass will be same. So this particle has mass of same as that of electron. So looks exactly similar to electron, but look at the charge, exactly opposite, plus 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19 coulomb. Now spin, this is another property, it has down spin means lower arrow. This particle is called as antiparticle of electron. Or what is the name of it? Positron, very good. This particle is called as positron, right? If you go to outside laboratories, diagnostic laboratories, this is a new technology used in the medical science now. Earlier it was a CT scan, then MRI, but now a new technology is there, PET scan, PET, PET scan, so that they doctors diagnose the disease in your body. PET, PET, PET stands for positron emission test. So we are using them as well. So this positron is a antimatter of electron, right? So if you put antimatter and matter close to each other, what would happen? They will cancel the charge of each other, spin will cancel each other. So they actually eat up each other. This is something like that. So due to mixing of matter and antimatter, energy is released and their mass is finished. They eat up each other. But strangely they exist at small level. Why not at big level? We don't have any answer of it. So think like this way, there is a one person similar to me standing nearby me, if they exist at a macro level. So same mass, same shape, everything is same, but properties are different. If I raise my left hand, that person raise right hand. If I turn this side, that person turn that side. And when you fuse both, they will finish each other and release the energy, right? So this way physics says energy can be created. E is equal to mc square, Einstein, that hypothetical equation. Mass can be converted into energy. So present day physicists believe that we don't have antimatter particle at a bigger level, but in future they will exist. So one earth will have an anti-earth. So anti-earth will eat up the earth and the earth will finish. One solar system will develop an anti-solar system. They will eat up each other and solar system will finish. So they believe that one day this universe will collapse. It starts from a single point and it will end up into single point. This theory is called as Big Bang theory. We'll come to that. But do you understand what is matter, antimatter? This is the one view which says majority of universe is vacuum, but there are matter into it like earth, sun, that is a matter, and some antimatter which are very, very small, negligible. But there is a other school of thought which says there is a what? Dark energy. 67% part of universe is made of dark energy. What is it? It is a mysterious energy. So something which is mystery means we don't know the properties of it. But physicist believes mysterious energy which is responsible for expansion of universe. So our universe is expanding due to this energy. Still research is ongoing on it. What is it? What type of energy it is? This is only thing we know about this energy. Okay. Similarly, dark matter. 2021 Nobel Prize of Physics is given for this dark matter, recent past, just for predicting the mass of the dark matter. So again, it is also a mysterious, like if you go into space and see in the surrounding, everything is black and black. We believe because there is no light, that's why it is black, but physicist says there could be something inside it which we are not able to understand. That is a dark matter. So still it is a mystery. So again it is a mysterious matter, but physicists believe which is responsible for contraction of universe. So the things of universe like earth, moon, they are combined because of this matter. So they says between earth and moon there is no vacuum, between earth and sun there is no vacuum, there is a matter which is dark matter, which we are not able to understand. We will understand it in future. They says it, and it is responsible to combine these things together. Otherwise, earth will go somewhere else, sun will go somewhere else. Alright, how far these things are true, we don't know, but this is about the understanding of universe. Our universe is composed of these things, but still it is a meaningless thing to define what is universe. Third thing here is the celestial bodies. So whatever you see in the space or universe is celestial body. So what did you see in the space? Planets. What else? Stars. What else? Asteroid, galaxy, black hole, so on, white dwarf, nebula. All these are celestial bodies. But what are these? Some things will be clear to you. Okay. So this is the basic about the understanding of universe. But how far these things are true, still we are not sure. Understood? In this astronomy, there is one more thing which explains the formation of universe, how universe is formed. Reality is, as we don't know what is universe, how we can say that it is formed. But still there is one theory which is very relevant, that is a Big Bang theory. Okay? So now come to the formation of universe. So this is composition, come to the formation of universe. There are different views proposed for it, but most important is the, most recognized is the Big Bang theory. Is it done? Is it done? Okay. Next part, formation of universe. Okay, so the explanation is by Big Bang theory. There are views, hypotheses as well, but hypotheses are one which don't have any proof. Theory has some proof. Principle, law or model has all proof. Like gravitational theory or gravitational law. Law of gravitation, it is not theory of gravitation, because it is proved. But if something is theory, means it is proved partially, not completely. So this Big Bang theory, it was proposed by the physicist George Lemaitre. He proposed it in 1927. Okay? And it is the most close explanation how universe is. Some of the parts of it are explained. Otherwise, there are other hypotheses like God has created it, God will destroy it. So what does it mean? Nothing, which is not scientific. It is some scientific logic behind it. See what this Big Bang theory says. So there is a one diagrammatic representation of it. This is the diagrammatic representation. This is single dot. From there, universe forms like this way. Like this way. And finally end up in the dot. Right? So this is the time scale. Toward this side, this is the time scale. So universe starts from 0 second. There are certain events into it. This dot is called as singularity. This is the present universe. This one is present. And the time period is 13.8 billion year. This is the future universe. Future universe. And future universe will also end up into single point, singularity. Okay. This theory proposes certain events like these ways. Certain events are proposed, like here, fusion, CMBR. These events are proposed, like quantum fluctuations, fusion. this one is fusion, quantum fluctuation, ठीक, CMBR, this is present, future, singularity. So make this diagram. This one is 3.8 lakh years. Make it, we'll understand it. What does it mean after break? Start over. Okay, so this theory, it explains the formation of universe. So that is a diagrammatic representation of it. See, it start, there is one dot from where this diagram start, then there is a increasing part of it, and this is the present part, then future, and end up into the singularity again. And this is a time we are showing here, like 0 second. These events happens in the fraction of seconds, microseconds, like 10 raised to power minus 32 second, 0.6 second, then see suddenly lakh, 3.8 lakh, means time suddenly jump up. This is 13.8 billion years. This is the present one. Right. So let's write some of the points here so that you will better understand it. Write about it. The first line, first point. This theory, write it. This theory states that universe is 13.8 billion year old. Means this is the prediction of the time of it. This theory states that universe is 13.8 billion year old. So it predicts the age of universe. One. Second point, it states that universe starts from the single point. It states that universe starts from the single point called as singularity and end up into the same point. Start from the single point called as singularity and end up into the same point in future. Right. So very simply it's saying that it start from a dot and end up into the dot. So this event of starting of a universe from a dot is called as Big Bang, and this event of a end up of a universe in a single dot is called as Big Crunch. Right. So here we are writing a Big Bang and this is Big Crunch. So write it as a next point, third one. Starting of a universe from single point or starting of a universe from singularity is called as Big Bang event. Starting of universe from singularity is called as Big Bang event, and ending into the single point is called as Big Crunch event. Right. Ending into the single point is called as Big Crunch event. So very simply it says that it starts from a dot and end up into dot, Big Bang to Big Crunch, but when it will happen it is silent. Presently we are here, but what would be this time? It is silent. It don't predict when it will end up, but it says one day universe will end. Now what is this singularity? Right. So write it as the next point, fourth one. Singularity means, this is a beginning part, singularity means no matter present in the universe, no matter present in the universe. Okay, so ये जो dot है, this dot is indicating nothing is there, no matter means no solid, no liquid, no earth, no sun, no galaxy, nothing is there. That event is singularity. So first now understand, it says in the beginning anyhow the first matter should have developed up. So when there is nothing, it is singularity. So anyhow theory is silent, it says I don't know how it happened, but anyhow some smallest part of matter should have developed up. That smallest part could be a gold particle, could be quark, lepton, electron, proton, whatever. It says I don't know. Anyhow, the first matter should be developed. Physicists should find out how this has developed, and our physicists are literally doing that. They are finding out how should first matter should have developed. You know, it is a thought that from where the first thing should have come up. It is a thought. So it says anyhow they had developed up, and once they have developed, these smaller things combine to form bigger things, that is fusion. Smaller, like electron, proton, neutron, quarks, they combine to form protons, neutrons, proton, neutron combine to form nucleus, nucleus plus electron combine to form atoms, atoms combine to form molecules, molecules combine to form bigger things like compounds, and this is how whole ocean, your body, my body, entire world, universe is formed up. So it says, I don't know how they are formed, but anyhow they are formed up. This is quantum fluctuation. Then they have fused up. This is fusion. Then these are some other events. We will come to that. So what we have written? At singularity, nothing was, no matter was developed. And, continue this statement, and basic forces of nature were unified. And basic forces of nature were unified. So it was unstable event. So it was unstable event. देखो, try to understand it. What is he saying that? Matter तो है ही नहीं, no matter is there. Solid, liquid, gas, no sun, earth, galaxy, and there are basic forces of nature. You know, physics believe that. What is this? I am pushing it. It is a force. We called it mechanical force. But what is this? This is also force. We called it gravitational force. Right? Magnet, you put magnet nearby the iron, is not it attract iron? This is also force. So there are different types of the force. But physicists believe there are four basic forces. They interact with each other to form other different forces. One basic force is force of gravity. So see these four basic forces. Four basic forces. The one is gravity force. Second one is our electrostatic force. Its representation is electromagnetic. Third is electrostatic. Third is strong nuclear force. And fourth is weak nuclear force. These are only four forces. Their interaction makes the other forces. Like magnetic is due to it, mechanical is due to some of them, strong nuclear which exists in the nucleus of atom. This is atom where electrons are revolving, this is nucleus. In the nucleus, proton, positive side means proton, dot means neutron. So there is a force which is responsible to bind this nucleus. That is called a strong nuclear or weak nuclear force. Only these four forces. And due to their interaction, other forces, like I am pushing it, right? So this is a mechanical force. This is due to them. So the theory says, in the beginning, when universe was at singularity, no matter, and these forces were unified, means no energy as well. No matter, no energy. So as these forces were unified, so it is unstable. So to attain stability, it developed the matter. This is the theory. How far it is correct, how far it is wrong, we are not commenting on that. But it says this is singularity, where no matter, no force, and universe is highly unstable. Okay? Come to the second point, next point. So to attain stability, basic forces जो आपके सामने लिखे हैं, basic forces of nature, basic forces of nature, और energy भी लिख सकते हैं आप, और energy come into existence. Right? So the basic forces come into existence. Next point, come to the next point. Moreover, in microseconds, means very small time, in microseconds, basic matter particle also develops. Basic matter particle also develops anyhow. ठीक है, basic matter particle develops anyhow. ब्रैकेट में यू कैन राइट गुड पार्टिकल, वी कॉल्ड दिस बेसिक पार्टिकल एज द गुड पार्टिकल, राइट. तो हम मानते हैं कि जो फर्स्ट मैटर दैट शुड हैव डेवलप्ड दैट इज अ गुड पार्टिकल. इसको प्रपोज करने वाले इंडियन साइंटिस्ट सत्येंद्र नाथ बोस, राइट. और these good particles combine to form bigger like quarks, leptons, they combine to form electron, proton, neutron and atom and other things, right, called as quantum fluctuation. इसी इवेंट को बोलते हैं quantum fluctuation, the formation of these basic particles called as quantum fluctuation. Okay, come to the next point. Anyhow, the theory is silent, you don't know how. Anyhow, these basic particles of matter fuse means combine. Anyhow, these basic particle of matter fuse or combines to form bigger particles, like atoms, molecules, others. Like atoms, molecules, other. Full stop. This is how whole universe is developed. This is how whole universe is developed. So all star galaxies, they are developed in this way. This is what it says. Come to the next point. Theory says we are in an expanding universe. We are in an expanding universe. So this is expansion that is on. We are in an expanding universe. And how far it expand, it is silent. Right? We are in an expanding universe, and how far it will expand, theory is silent. Full stop. But one day, universe will collapse into the same single point. One day universe will collapse into the same single point. Okay. So there is one event that is missing here, we will come to that, CMBR. But first thing, it says universe is expanding, means everything is going away, galaxies are going away. What is the outermost limit? No one knows. But is it true that universe is expanding? It is true. How? Scientifically proved by one event called as red shift. This red shift has proved it. Universe is expanding. ये क्या होता है? What is this red shift? In basic physics, you should study one more thing. This light is made up of colors, 7 colors. Vibgyor. So what is the light coming from this tube light? White light, because it is a combination of all 7. If this tube light goes away from you, like 1 kilometer away, 2 kilometer away, 4 kilometer away, then the color of it will change. Slowly it will become orange, slowly become red, more red, and then it will become invisible. Actually, there are signs, some Doppler effect is involved into it, and redshift. Redshift means like from 30 years back, we are observing certain star. That star was earlier releasing yellow light. Slowly that star became orange, then slowly red, further red, further red, and further red. This is called as red shift. It color is shifting towards red. It proves that star is going away from us. It happens, the red light will come when it will go away from us. Right? There is a Doppler effect involved into it. Isn't it? So that is a different issue. We will understand it somewhere else. What is that? Redshift or Doppler effect. But it is proved. Our universe is expanding. Okay. There is one more event that is written here. CMBR. Now come to this. Come into the next point. CMBR. Next point, whatever is the number, CMBR. What it means? Cosmic microwave background radiation. This is the full form of CMBR. It is proved by Indian scientists as well in Andhra Pradesh. Recently it is proved. See, what is it? Cosmic microwave background radiation. Cosmic means universe. Microwave is a type of radiation that you use in micro oven. Means it is a form of a light. background radiation. So what it says, from present, if you go into the background of universe, like this is the present of universe, this is the present time where we are. If we go into the background of universe, there should be the first light that has formed up. That light, this sunlight is there, na? Tube light is there, sunlight is there. Anyhow, the first light should have formed up. That event is called as CMBR event. So what this theory says about this event, how this light has developed? It says a neutral hydrogen atom has developed first. See what it says before it, anyhow matter has developed, which has combined to form bigger things like atoms has developed up. So first atom that was developed was hydrogen atom as per this theory. So there is a one proton that has developed, one electron that has developed. So the proton and electron, they are moving in the universe, anyhow they collide. Coincidentally they collide. The collision happens at such a speed, coincidentally this electron after striking this proton, like these two things are there, 1 and 2. If they come and hit it, what are the possibilities? After hitting, one go there, different sides. But if they come very slow and hit it, then there could be some other possibility that they stick together, because positive will attract negative. If they come, this one come with a one speed, it is a possibility that after striking it, it bounce back, goes back, but not able to bounce so much back that it is outside the force of attraction of it. It bounce back, but still in the force of attraction, so it starts revolving. What is it? Proton. What is it? Electron comes, hit it, goes back and start revolving. So electron is revolving around proton or nucleus. ये क्या बन गया? Atom. One proton, one electron, ये क्या है? What is it? Hydrogen atom. Hydrogen कैसे लिखते हैं? H11. ये इसका मतलब होता है atomic number of proton in the nucleus. So there is a one proton. इसका मतलब है atomic mass. That is also one. Mass, atomic mass is proton plus neutron. So neutron एक भी नहीं है, only one proton. So one proton, one electron, that is revolving. Hydrogen atom has developed up. So first atom that developed in the universe is hydrogen, and it is proved also. And it's still maximum part of the universe is made up of hydrogen. We believe 92% matter of the universe is hydrogen itself. Sun is entirely made up of hydrogen. Maximum planets are hydrogen. All stars are made up of hydrogen. 92% part of the universe is still hydrogen. Right? Although our body has iron, carbon, other things also, but 92% part is still hydrogen. First atom is developed, and it is proved in Switzerland. And when this hydrogen atom has formed up, what happened? There is a light that has also developed. Actually, this experiment of Switzerland is called as Higgs boson collider experiment. If you will read about it in science, in the Switzerland, what they have done, underground, they have made the laboratory. So there are two tunnels made, like such type of tunnels are there, like this way. Two perpendicular tunnels are made underground, so that no other light has come up. From this side, what they do, they fire plus, means proton. From this side, what they do, they fire electron. And they are conducting this experiment for last 30 years. Indian scientists are also involved there. World community of scientists are there. So different speed they fire it. So after hitting the electron and proton, after hitting they goes here and there. But coincidentally in 2013 what happened? A one speed was achieved. When they were fired at each other, they hit each other and they bind to form a hydrogen atom. So a mass of the hydrogen atom was recorded. एक weighing machine भी लगाई गई, sensitive weighing machine that measure the weight. So as the one speed is achieved, the hydrogen atom is developed up. So weight of the hydrogen atom was recorded. And as it is underground, there is a complete darkness. So at that time, a spark of the light was also developed. So they proved the Big Bang theory is correct. This is how the first light could have formed up in the universe. And repeatedly they have done this experiment. Indian scientists has also done it. So if with a particular speed, if we fire proton and electron, they get combined to form hydrogen, and light has also developed up. That's why Big Bang theory is not hypothesis. Big Bang theory is a theory, because this point or this part of the Big Bang theory is proved now. CMBR is proved now. This expansion is proved now. Isn't it? So write about this CMBR. और इसका टाइम पीरियड क्या है? यू आर सीइंग इट, शोइंग द टाइम 3.8 lakh years since beginning. So write it at 3.8 lakh years from beginning. Coincidentally, 3.8 lakh years from beginning, coincidentally, a proton and electron collide with particular speed to form neutral hydrogen atom. Collide with particular speed to form neutral hydrogen atom. And this way light was also created. And this way light was also created. Full stop. Change the para, then write in the same statement. Hence, CMBR is an event of first light formation. CMBR is an event of first light formation of universe and event of first atom formation of universe. First atom or first element formation of universe. तो पहली लाइट बनी, पहला एटम या एलिमेंट बना. और क्या नाम है उस एटम का? व्हाट इज द नेम ऑफ दैट एटम? हाइड्रोजन, जिसका सबसे सिंपल एटॉमिक स्ट्रक्चर है, 1 प्रोटॉन 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन. एंड देन आफ्टर कॉम्प्लेक्स एटम्स डेवलप. ओके, सो हियर we can also write as the light has developed up. So before it was the dark ages, but after it is written as visible universe. Add it into that figure. So इस लाइन से पहले it is a dark age, mean nothing, light is, no light is there. So no light in it दिखेगा भी नहीं, nothing is visible. But after that light has developed. So we can see the star, galaxies, you and us because of this light. So this is all about Big Bang. How far it is true, no one knows. But these events are proved in the laboratory. Understand? This explains formation of universe. Still it is a research issue. So here in astronomy we have discussed first the composition of universe, formation of universe. Now what lies in the universe? Our celestial bodies. So like this way, these all celestial bodies has formed up. And these celestial bodies are going away from each other. So in these celestial bodies, the one word is galaxy. So let's start from galaxy. Slowly we are coming towards our earth. So next topic is our galaxy. There are telescopes through which if we see the space, like Hubble telescope, James Webb telescope or telescope on the earth, we see there are millions of galaxies. Uncountable number of galaxies we are finding. It was the largest telescope of space, Hubble, which has taken picture of more than thousands of galaxies. So in the universe, galaxies are filled. What are these? How define galaxy? Group of millions of stars is called as galaxy. But group of few stars is called as constellation. This is a difference between galaxy and constellation. Constellation in Hindi we called it nakshatra, right? Saptarishi constellation, that is group of 7 stars. But galaxy is millions of stars, right? So there are 3 types of galaxies we have identified after taking their picture. See, the one is called as spiral galaxy, one is called as circular galaxy, and third is called as irregular galaxy. So spiral or elliptical, this is on basis of their shape. So see, what are spiral galaxies? This is the shape of spiral galaxy, like this way, which is such type of spiral structure. So this is a arm, ये arm है. There could be more than one arm, और भी arm हो सकती है, like from there another one comes out like this way. This is a shape of spiral galaxy. So how this has happened? Because galaxies are rotating. So as they are rotating, so some stars has come out. These are the stars which are present in this part. So some stars has come out arranged in a form of arms. Such type of galaxies are spiral. You should be surprised to listen this fact. More than 90% of our galaxies which we have taken picture are spiral. Right? So it indicates galaxies are also rotating. How spiral shape can come up? Only by rotation. Right? So it indicates that our galaxies are also rotating. Not only Earth, not only Sun, not only solar system, whole galaxy is also rotating. And these circular galaxies where concentric circles are there, like this way. Concentric circles. तो क्या है? Concentric circles. Stars are arranged in concentric circles. क्या होते हैं? Concentric, single center वाले circle. So this is single center. Around it, stars are arranged in circles. Nearby, 9.9% galaxies that we have observed are circular galaxies. So actually they are also rotating. So slowly in time they will also take spiral shape. And irregular, as name is suggesting, few galaxies we have seen of irregular shape. So irregular means no fixed shape. But as they will rotate, if something will rotate freely, it will acquire a spherical shape, circular shape, and keep on rotating, slowly it will become spiral shape. So these are irregular, which in future will become circular. After that they will also become spiral. It proves everything of universe is rotating. Why? Again we are answerless. Right? So what is the name of our galaxy? Milky Way galaxy is the spiral galaxy. So now come to our galaxy. There are billions or uncountable numbers of galaxies present in universe. One of such galaxies, our galaxy, Milky Way galaxy. So come to that. Milky Way galaxy. Also called as Mandakini galaxy. Okay, see it, it is a spiral galaxy. So there is a center of it, this is central part. From this center, there are several arms which comes out from it, like this way. One arm, like this way, like this way. Arms comes out this way, so spiral in shape. This arm is called as outer arm. This one is called as scutum, centurus, C-E-N-T-U-R-U-S, centurus arm. This one is called as Norman arm, after name of the persons who was find them. And this one is called as Perseus arm. Perseus is important. From this Perseus arm, with different color I am representing, one subarm has come out. This subarm is called as Orion arm. क्या है? Four main arms हैं. This is one subarm. Outer arm also called as Sagittarius arm, but it is sufficient to write outer. Scutum centurus arm. This is called as Norman arm, and this is Perseus arm. From Perseus, this yellow line, it is a one subarm of it, that is Orion arm. Why we have represented this subarm specially? Because our sun is in this arm. So here is our sun. This is position of our sun. If someone asks you where is sun, in the Orion arm, which is subarm of Perseus arm, right? So far, the extent of this galaxy is concerned from uppermost portion to lowermost portion. You know how big it is? It is 1,20,000 LY. LY means light year. What is this light year? Unit of measurement of distance, because universe is big. Our kilometer, meter fails there. So we measure the distance in universe in a form of light year. क्या होता है light year? What is it? distance traveled by light in 1 year. And you know, as per our understanding, light is fastest thing to travel. कितना चलती है light? What is the speed of light? 3 into 10 raised to power 8 meter per second. ये कितना हो गया? 3 into 10 raised to power 8, nearby 3 lakh meter per second. 3 lakh मीटर चली जाएगी, जिसको किलोमीटर में चेंज कर सकते हैं. इतना चली जाएगी इन 3 lakh किलोमीटर ही आएगा in 1 second. 3 lakh किलोमीटर, यू कैन इमेजिन, इन 1 second. फास्टेस्ट थिंग टू ट्रेवल. तो आप इमेजिन कर सकते हैं कि एक ईयर में कितना चली जाएगी, राइट? उतना डिस्टेंस वो एक ईयर में ट्रेवल करते. इसका मतलब हुआ जब हमारी लाइट इफ इट विल स्टार्ट फ्रॉम दिस कॉर्नर, द लाइट विल एमर्ज एट द अदर कॉर्नर आफ्टर 1,20,000 years. You can imagine how much time light take to come from sun to earth, you know? 8 minutes. In 8 minutes it come from sun to earth. So agar if sun will die na, so we will continue to see the sun after 8 minutes. After 8 minutes we will come to know that sun is not there. So, and distance between earth and sun, you know, it is nearby 1.47 million kilometer. So in this is the extent of our galaxy. Light starts from here, it will come out after 1,20,000 years. So if we make a vehicle which travel with the speed of light, it is impossible for us to cross our galaxy. पहली बात, first of all, we cannot make such vehicle which travel with the speed of light, but if anyhow we make it, we cannot cross our galaxy, because our lifespan is 100 years maximally, right? You know, distance between our sun and the center of galaxy, this one is 30,000 light year. What is science? Science is a good prediction. No one really knows, but it is a prediction of our astronomers. Exactly towards the northern side of our sun, this is a one star. This is relevant. Should know this. Name of this star is Polaris star, also called as Dhruv Tara or North Pole star. We give the name of it as North Pole star or Polaris star or Dhruv Tara. It is called as celestial north pole of Earth. Celestial north pole of Earth. Earth is just like a dot. Sun itself is a dot. Earth has no more identity than a dot itself. So it is exactly in the northern side. We called it celestial north pole. So be careful now. Different type of poles will come in front of you. एक तो आ गया celestial north pole, celestial south pole भी. Then geographical north south pole, magnetic north south pole of Earth, right? Exactly in the southern side of it, there is another pole, another star. We called it Sirius star, and this is called as celestial south pole of Earth. Okay, so this is representation of our galaxy. Our solar system is here, just like a dot. The innermost part of this galaxy, let's show it with the white color there. This one is called as black hole, and we call this black hole as a Sagittarius black hole. Actually, in the center of every galaxy there is a black hole. So this one is Sagittarius black hole. Usually this outer arm is also sometimes called as Sagittarius arm. This black hole name is Sagittarius. Recently in 2021 NASA has taken the picture of it. इसका तो picture नहीं ले सकते. Black hole is something which is not visible. So surrounding of the black hole, which is called as event horizon, its picture is taken by NASA. We'll understand what is it. Okay. In the outer side of these arms, like in Perseus, Norman, every arm, there are nebulas. सबसे बाहर इधर क्या होते हैं? Nebula. And as you go inside, in every arm, like nebula here, go inside, nebula here, go inside. There is Orion nebula. That's why this arm is Orion arm. As you go inside, mature star will come. As you further go inside, then we will find the white dwarfs or pulsars, and in the centermost there is a black hole, right? So what are these? For that we have to understand life cycle of star. That is different issue will come that, but this is representation of our galaxy. Okay. Now come to our sun, solar system. From there we will come to our earth. So next part to study here is the solar system. Solar system means sun and its family. Is it done? Next is solar system. Solar system. How we define it? Sun and its family. This is solar system, means system of sun. So there is a sun here who is the head of solar system, but there is a family. So its family, who comes in the family? Planets, satellites, asteroid, comet, dwarf planet, right? They comes in the family of the solar system. There are some other zones as well, we will see that. But before coming to that, first there is a need to study sun itself. Okay. Important part, sun. Questions are asked from it because it is overlapped part of science, geography, astrophysics. So first we will study the sun here. Okay, start. Should we start? Planets, satellite, asteroid, comet, dwarf planet. Is it done? So first is sun. Who is the head of this solar system? Define sun. What is sun? Sun is a star. Oh, Milky Way. But कैसा star? Mature star. वैसे technically we call them as a G type star, mature star. So sun, it is a mature star of Milky Way galaxy, right? So there is an important term that has to be focused, mature star. What does it mean? So for that we first know what is star. So define star now. Define star. Which has its own source of light. So it is a celestial object. Celestial means which is in the universe, made up of gases, majorly hydrogen gases, which has its own source of light, right? So you can say it is a celestial gas ball, gaseous object which has its own source of light. So this word, this last part is important. So gaseous object which has its own source of light, right? So there is a life cycle of star. Star does not become mature immediately. It has stages. Slowly it has developed up. It comes to one stage called as mature stage. After that, it first of all it starts growing. That first stage is called as nebula. After that, it comes into infant stage. Then after that, it comes into mature stage. Then after that, it comes into supernova. Then explode, and then it became white dwarf, pulsar or black hole. Different issues are there. In science you will understand it, but simply understand star here does mean a gaseous cloud which has its own source of light. So why it has its own source of light? This is the issue to study, right? What are the gases which are present in it? That is the issue to study. So come to the composition of our sun, the composition of mature star. So let's see, cover that as well, because no one knows which type of question they will ask. It is necessary to go into that most depth. Star has its life cycle. So see that life cycle of star, so that you come to know what is mature star. So like our body, every star also has a life cycle. So this is the life cycle. The first one, star grows from a stage called as nebula. Nebula stage or nebulae. So what is it? It is simply a cloud of hydrogen gas. H2 का मतलब majority of the thing in the universe is hydrogen. So it is simply a cloud of the hydrogen gas. So hydrogen has a mass. So due to mass, it attracts other hydrogen. Everything which has a mass has a gravity. Agree? So due to gravity, coincidentally, these hydrogens molecules, they collect together to form a big cloud. That cloud is called as our nebula. So it has no fixed shape, no fixed shape. So like this way, the hydrogen gas molecule is combined, and whatever the shape, right? Slowly, what happens as these molecules are close, so they comes more close to each other, because there is no force of attraction starts between them. Anything which has a mass, like this is one object, this is other, they has a mass, so they will attract each other. We called it force of gravity. So due to gravity, they start attracting each other. So if all of them will attract each other, what happen? It will sink, it will become spherical slowly it will become spherical, and due to this attraction and spherical nature, it starts slowly rotating as well. We called it as infant stage. So after nebula, our star enters into second stage, infant stage, right? So what is this infant stage? See, hydrogen gas molecules attract each other, and hence cloud condense to become spherical. This one is infant. Hydrogen gas molecules attract each other, and hence cloud condense is small and becomes spherical. So slowly this irregular mass became what? Spherical, like this way, and size also became small. You know, if volume decreases, size decreases, what increases? Density. What is density? Mass upon volume. Mass to constant hai. Like 1 lakh gas molecules are there, whether they are scattered or they are condensed, mass is same. So mass is same, but volume get decreases, so density increases, right? So write here one more after full stop, write one more point here, second one. Density of cloud get increased up. Density of cloud get increased up. Reasoning is because of less volume. What is density? Density is equal to mass upon volume. भाई mass तो constant है, volume क्या हो गया? बड़ा था, decrease. Volume decrease, so density should have increased up. So now it became dense, isn't it? Density has increased up due to reduction of volume. Come to next point. The cloud starts rotating as well. So ये गोल भी घूमने लगा. Cloud starts rotating as well, this way. Okay. This is second stage, and it does not happen in 1-2 days. It takes slowly millions of years. एक दिन में नहीं होता, millions of years it take place. Then come to the third stage, called as Titori stage. Titori stage. Ti-Tori. Titori stage. Right? Now you should give me answer. If something rotate, there is a one inward force develop into that central side. We called that as centripetal force. If anything like this is rotating, there is a inward force that generate, over these glass particles. We called it centripetal, and outward is centrifugal. So as it is rotating due to centripetal force, it is solid. So centripetal force is not able to change its shape. But if it is gas, then gas can change the shape, So if it gas and it is rotating, then these things will further go inside. So many of them get collected into the central part, right? We called it as now core of the cloud, right? So right here the first point, due to rotation of cloud, CP means, you should write completely, centripetal force. Due to rotation of cloud, CP, centripetal force, compel many H2 molecules to collect in center, right? So this happens, this is the cloud that is rotating this way, and centripetal force is responsible to collection of more gases here in this part here. So due to rotation of cloud, CP compel many H2 molecules to collect in center, comma, called as core of cloud. अब उसको core बोलेंगे. Cloud means hydrogen cloud, not our normal clouds. Core develop हो गया है. Next point. Now you should give me the answer. In this room gases are there. If gases are compelled to collect in the central point, what would happen? It's not in the less volume or less area. They will bombard with each other like balloon. If you compress balloon, it burst. Why it burst? Have you ever think? If you compress it, balloon burst. Why? Because gases, molecules are compelled into a single place, small place. So there is a collision starts between them. Due to collision, if you collide something, what is created? Heat energy. Heat is created. That heat burst the balloon. Same thing happen here. So as they come, there is a heat generated into the core, isn't it? So write it as the next point. In the core, due to collision, of gas molecules, lot of heat is generated, right? In the core, due to collision of gas molecules, lot of heat is generated. Heat बन जाएगी. Write the next point now. Actually, there is a one reaction called as nuclear fusion reaction, where atoms combine, nucleus combine to form bigger one. Fuse means combination. For this reaction to occur, there is a heat that is required. 5, 6, 10,000 degrees Celsius temperature is required. That temperature is developed in the inner part. So temperature became sufficient to start this nuclear reaction. Fusion reaction has started. This stage is called a steatory stage, where fusion has started. So write it as a next point. In core, in presence of heat, see, nuclear fusion reaction has started. ये steatory stage. So what is the fusion reaction? Hydrogen molecule H11 plus H11, hydrogen atoms, they combine in presence of what? Heat, to form bigger one. What is formed? He. What is the atomic number of helium? 2. Mass number is 4, plus this delta means lot of heat or energy is released. So it takes place in presence of heat, and in this reaction resultant is more heat. So naturally it is not possible on earth, because you cannot expect that much huge heat is present on earth. But in sun, in center of sun, core of sun, that heat is available, so this reaction is taking place. Sun is a very hot object due to this delta. Delta का मतलब भी क्या होता है? Heat. Lot of heat is released. Now this heat travels in a form of light and other things we will study. So starting हो गई इसकी. Slowly what would happen? More hydrogen will combine to convert into the helium. This is called as mature stage. So third के बाद next one is fourth stage. Mature stage. What happened in the mature? Complex fusion reaction. Complex fusion का मतलब nuclear fusion. Nuclear fusion reaction started and star becomes burning ball in universe. So it's like a burning object now. Complex fusion reaction started. Our sun is presently in this stage. Complex nuclear fusion reaction started and star became burning ball in universe. This is one reaction. I am writing it again. देखो क्या क्या reaction होने लगे. एक तो यही, that is a continuous one, H11 plus H11. We called it hydrogen. They combine to form He24 plus delta. A lot of it. There are other isotopes of hydrogen, H11 plus H12. You know, hydrogen exists in 3 isotopes. This is H11 called as hydrogen. H12 को क्या बोलते हैं? Deuterium. There is one H13, tritium, right? So they also combines to form He24 plus delta. Similarly, H11 plus H13 combine to form He24 plus delta. All type of like deuterium H12. Similarly, H12 plus H13, it also combined to form helium plus delta. See, mass balance nahi hai. This mass get converted into energy. Lot of heat is released. So all type of hydrogens are combining to form helium and lot of heat is released. This is the mature star. Our sun is in this stage. So it is just like a burning bowl of gas in the universe. So our sun is literally burning. Temperature could be like 10,000 lakhs of degrees Celsius. Isn't it? So if I ask you a simple question, as it is burning producing heat, so what is the fuel? Like you burn coal is a fuel converted into heat. You burn LPG, that is fuel. You burn CNG, that is fuel. What is the fuel of sun or star? Hydrogen. So one day entire hydrogen will convert into helium. So at that time what would happen? It dies. That is starting as a death of the star. We call this next stage as our red giant stage. So after fourth, fifth stage, red giant stage. Giant means big. Red means more red light is released, more heat is released. Right? Okay? Which is bigger, hydrogen or helium? Helium is bigger. So if whole hydrogen will convert into helium, is not size also increased up? So slowly star size also increased up. Okay. So what happens in red giant stage, right? Entire hydrogen converts into helium. One thing. So fuel finish. Second thing, size increases and color slowly turns towards red. Okay. So we believe when our sun will come into this stage, it will become so big that it will reach up to the Mars. So Mercury, Venus, Earth all will enter inside the Earth, inside the sun. It will become so big. So see what is happening, it is expanding. So it is becoming unstable. So one day it will explode. That stage is called as supernova. So after red giant, what happened? Sixth, supernova stage. So by expanding, it is unstabling and then explode. So what is supernova? Sudden explosion in red giant, right, due to instability. Red giant due to instability. That one is called as supernova. So like say this is supernova. like this big one, it get expand up. So this innermost part is core and the outer part is expanding. So once it explode, the core will left and this other outer part is thrown into the space. Only the core will left. And when it explode, you know what would happen? 10,000 time energy will be released. What is our presently sun is releasing. In 1 second, our sun, whatever energy is releasing, 10,000 time energy will be released. So when our sun will enter into supernova, everything in the solar system will be finished. It will burn everything. So write it as a next point. 10,000 times energy will be released. Huge energy will be released. So this outer part is gone away. What is left? Only core will left. So write it as a next point. Only core will left and remaining thing goes away. Okay. So this core is left. Now what happens with this core? It was proposed by one Indian scientist. He comes from Tamil Nadu. Chandrasekhar, called as Chandrasekhar limit. Right? So is it done? Supernova. So let's see that core. So I'm writing at the top, left core after supernova. So there are two possibilities. One, see what I am writing, if mass is less than 1.4 solar mass. Second possibility is if mass is more than 1.4 solar mass. Different things will happen. If mass is less than 1 point, is it done? If mass is less than 1.4 solar mass, it will end up into a stage called as white dwarf. But if mass is more than 1.4, it will convert into neutron star. From neutron star, again two possibilities are there. If mass is between 1.4 solar mass to 5 solar mass, it will end up into a object called as pulsar. But if mass is more than 5 solar mass, it will end up into a object called as black hole. This is black hole. So this is the end of the star, right? And this proposal is actually called as Chandrasekhar limit. Indian scientist. He proposed this concept in 1928, nearby 1930s. In fact, that was a golden time of science in India as well as across the world. So Satyendranath Bose was of the same time. The Chandrasekhar was also of the same time. Okay. First write it, then understand. So what we have written? If mass, kiska mass, whose mass? Mass of left core is less than 1.4 solar mass. So see, yeah, there is one more word, solar mass. What does it mean? Solar mass is mass of our sun, present day sun. So if that thing which is left, if its mass is less than our 1.4 times of our sun mass, it will end up into white dwarf. But if it is more than 1.4 of our sun mass, First it will convert into neutron star, then slowly it will either end up into pulsar or black hole. If its mass is very high, more than 5 times our sun mass, it will end up into black hole or otherwise convert into pulsar. This is proposal of Chandrasekhar. Now what is this? From where this idea comes to the Chandrasekhar? His complete name is Subramaniam Chandrasekhar, right? He was a physicist, mathematician of Madras Presidency. See, he was going to the London to meet Albert Einstein, contemporary of Albert Einstein. Or at that time there were no aeroplanes or commercial aeroplanes, so journey to the England was done through completed through sea travel, and in the sea 1 month 2 months normally takes at that time to reach London from India. So he take that ship, and actually he take the same ship which take Mahatma Gandhi to the London for second round table conference. You will study it in history. So he was also one of the passenger. He was traveling and he was just observing the, and from oceans, sky became very clear because there is no dust like these things on the land. So stars are very beautiful, clear visibility of space, sky. He just see the sky. He wrote some theorems on his cloth because he don't have a paper. He wrote them on his cloth, and after reaching to London, he delivered those clothes to the Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein was German. He was there in the Berlin, but for those few months he was staying in London and meeting the physicist of the world. Subramaniam Chandrasekhar was also appointed. So he delivered those clothes to the Albert Einstein. Initially Albert Einstein don't understand what is it. After reading those theorems, he comes to understand what the Subramaniam Chandrasekhar is saying, and he gets so inspired by Subramaniam Chandrasekhar, he changed his theory of relativity. Earlier he proposed general theory of relativity in 1916, but after getting inspired by Subramaniam Chandrasekhar, Paul Dirac and Georges Lemaitre, who proposed Big Bang theory, and similarly our Heisenberg proposed the Heisenberg uncertainty in 1927. He changed his theory and proposed a special theory of relativity in 1936. So he was also the one who inspired Albert Einstein. He integrated it into his theory of special theory of relativity, and still it is a part of physics. So now what is this idea? Chandrasekhar is comparing some star which is how much far away from us, no one knows, but he is comparing that star with the 1.4 time mass of our sun. What is that logic? No logic at all. Why is comparing that one with our sun? But in the background of it, there is one principle of physics. Actually, we called it as, in higher physics, electron denigration. Electron denigration concept. See, what does it mean? Understand it this way. If what there is an atom, so there is a structure of atom. What is in the inner part of the atom? Nucleus. Who lies in the nucleus? Plus means proton, 0 means neutron. Proton, neutrons are there. And who revolve around it? Electron. So this electron is revolving because this proton, due to its force of positive attraction, it is electrostatic force and mass, it is compelling it to revolve. So electron is revolving. This is structure of atom. Higher physics says if the mass of this neutron, the nucleus, became 1.4 times than its own mass. Say its mass is 1 kg, let's suppose. It became 1.5 kg anyhow. Its force of attraction became so strong, it will pull up this electron towards its side, so all electrons will fall inside it. This is electron denigration. All electrons from surrounding will goes inside it. Its mass became 1.4 times of its own mass. How it can happen? It can happen by multiple ways, that is physics. It can happen if extra neutrons get entered into it. If nuclear force became weak, if its weight neutron means weight is increasing, its size increases. So extra large nucleus is unstable. That is radioactivity. Unstable nucleus. So agar iska mass बढ़ गया 1.4 time, it is electron denigration. All neutrons goes inside it. Now what happens? Electron has a negative charge, proton has a positive charge. Same and opposite. Whatever is the charge on proton, same charge is on electron but opposite. So charge will cancel each other. So proton and electron, their charge will be cancelled. What will left only? Neutrons will left. Proton and electron, their charge will cancel, so it became neutral, yes or no? That's why it is called as a neutron now. Neutral means neutral nucleus. Neutron means neutral nucleus. This is electron degeneracy. So he take that physics concept and compare it with sun mass. So that comparison seems to be logical, but physics behind it is logical. So he says if the left core has a very high mass, then it is a possibility that atoms become so heavy, atoms of helium become so heavy that they will convert into neutron. Neutron means a nucleus where charge is not there, neutral nucleus. That's why he is calling it neutron star, means it is very dense. So if you take a simple one spoon matter of a neutron, that could be heavy than our Mount Everest, very heavy neutron star. And if they are very heavy, they will convert into black hole. So heavy, so dense, even it does not skip light from it. Light does not pass through it. That's why it is not visible. So in center of galaxies they exist, but they can exist freely also in the universe. Right? This is Chandrasekhar. After that, you know, a one UK scientific physicist come, वो wheelchair पे रहते थे. He died recently. Stephen Hawkins. वो भी मरे 5-7 साल पहले. He proposed Hawkins limit. So he proposed the further 3 types of the black hole: supermassive black hole, massive black hole, simple isolated black hole. So that is further extension, but this is what our star future is. So our sun mass cannot be more than its own mass. भाई हमारे खुद सन के खुद का मास अपने 1.4 से ज़्यादा नहीं होगा. So what would the future of our sun? It will convert into white dwarf. So white dwarf is one which release visible light. Release visible light. You will understand what is this visible light. There are a lot of light radiations come from sun. Visible is one of them, VIBGYOR. It only is visible. Slowly shining and slowly that will diminish, finish the light. Pulsar, what is it? It is very fast rotating because mass is very high, so it spins very fastly. So what is pulsar? Fastly spinning or rotating neutron star. Very fast, like in millions time it can rotate in 1 second. And by rotating, what it do? It releases electromagnetic waves, all type of, like gamma, X-ray, everything, but especially radio waves. So complete the statement: fastly spinning rotating neutron star and release EM waves. EM means electromagnetic waves. You will understand what is it in coming lectures. Electromagnetic waves, especially radio waves. Especially radio waves. Radio waves, your mobile also release radio waves, so we can communicate with the pulsars. So in ISRO also has released one mission recently to study them, pulsars, right? That mission is launched. उसको नाम है, you can see that what is the name of it. Polarix is a spacecraft that is designed to study it, but now उसको Polarix नाम से. And black hole is something which is very dense, does not release light at all. So this is the future of star. So our sun is in a mature star category. That's why it is burning, right? So from our next lecture onwards, we will study the composition of sun, some events which are taking place in the sun, like why it is releasing light, what are the different lights which are come from it, and there are sunspots, some special events on the sun. We study that because their understanding is important. Then we will come to the earth, and from there we will specially study the earth. So this is for today.